Happy birthday to me. All right, I'm not going to sing the whole song, but welcome back to another episode of Formcast. Episode, I think, 43, 44. Don't even ask me. But what's absolutely more crazy is that we are extremely close to 200 downloads. We've had over 50 downloads in the last 30 days of the podcast. Thank you so much. I'm clapping. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm not clapping that hard, to be honest. I don't want to be super loud. Thank you so much for listening. Welcome in, guys. It was my birthday yesterday. I turned the big old 34, and I don't know why, but if someone said, Form, how old are you? And I said 34, it sounds insanely older than 33. It's only been 365 days, 1 year, but it feels different, and I don't think I like it. The body's not super sore. I'm feeling like I'm more active now than I was last year, so we'll take it as a good thing. Again, welcome back to another episode. Today, I just wanted to talk about me, myself, and I. Not exactly in that way, but it was my birthday. I'm going to talk about kind of what we did and what we're kind of looking forward to in the next year. And that's going to be this week's episode. I don't really talk about myself too much. I usually talk about streaming things and all that kind of stuff. And this is a little bit of that because, I mean, we did stream during my birthday. And, but more so, I guess a streamer's, content creator's birthday who does this full time. So for those who don't know, I do this full time. I stream every single day except Mondays, but we don't take many days off. So we end up on live sometime on Mondays. And being a streamer on your birthday is kind of different. For the last 3 years, my birthday has always included streaming. Usually on the day of. I always felt weird, even when I have I had dinner on Sunday with my family. On Monday, I kind of did a few things for my birthday, but my official birthday was Tuesday, November 7th, for those who are wondering, and you could remember for next year. If you'd like to send me a gift to my P.O. box, I'd be grateful for that. I'm kidding, by the way. I kind of forget that you guys can't always see my face when you're listening to this, because if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, then you can't see me. But if you're listening to YouTube, you can. So that being said, what I'm kind of I guess mentioning is I don't really think I will ever have a birthday where I don't stream on my birthday. Now, what does that usually look like? I could have stuck to my regular schedule of a Tuesday, which is like an afternoon stream and then a nighttime stream on both Kick and on Twitch, and just kind of keep it normal, right? But a birthday is supposed to be fun and hype and all that kind of stuff. And one of the things that I like to do is kind of, I guess you can call them marathon streams, and we called this a capped subathon. I've done 24-hour streams. That's the longest I've ever been live straight without sleep or breaks or anything like that. So yesterday we decided to do, so I'm recording this the day after, but we decided to do a cap subathon of 12 hours. Subs contributed to the time. We had some bit incentives for such things as a $50 cash giveaway, a wax strip, and a couple other things. When you go live on your birthday, I would highly suggest not having any expectations. But we went live and it absolutely flew by. The love came in tremendously. And we actually ended up doing 2 hours extra because of the amount of love that was coming in. And I did 14 plus hours straight yesterday. Now, it wasn't very difficult. I love what I do. And of course, I've talked about my setup, and I could stand up. My desk goes up and down. I could stand up. I could move around. I could sit. I could play games. I could chat. We did a lot of that. We played some Call of Duty. We've played some Valorant. And we definitely chatted, that's for sure. But that being said, there's this feeling of like, I don't think I'll ever have a normal, I'm using quotation marks, birthday anymore, because it'll always involve streaming of some sorts. If not the day of, then for sure the day before, the day after. But I feel like the day of is always special because that day is the day you should celebrate, not the day of or after, unless, scheduling doesn't allow. Part of me feels guilty. Part of me feels like I should have spent it with family and friends and all that kind of stuff. But everyone says, do what you want on your birthday, not what you think other people want you to do. So I did, and we ended up streaming all day long. And it was absolutely fun. It was a blast. It's an absolute blast. Now, what my community also did, and if you're listening to this and you're a part of it, thank you so much. A couple of my mods decided to reach out to a bunch of community members that have been around for a while. Some of them have been around very, very short amounts of time. And we decided to, or they decided to gather some messages that people could put on an e-card, I guess you can call it, and send that to my email. And we opened that on stream. I read all the messages, some very, very impactful messages, some full of humor and comedy, because that's what we're about. And there was some messages that talked about how special the stream was to them and a safe space, and how I impacted them in terms of coming back from dark places into a place of light and positivity. So it was a very emotional time. People in stream were also sharing their thank yous, and I don't know, I mean, it's my birthday, but it became this thing of like, this is what you've done for us and done for me, and this is my token of appreciation. And they were giving gifts of support and their kind messages while we were live. So it was something different. It was definitely very, very impactful. And I think after you do a stream like that, especially on your birthday, you always, I mean, for me anyways, for myself, I always tend to reflect on the last year. And I've mentioned this on stream. I've mentioned it on my podcast, but the last year kind of just an absolute roller coaster. Ended a very serious relationship, as I've mentioned before. I moved. I now live on my own, and I had to live on my parents for a bit, and buying a house was supposed to happen, and then it couldn't happen, and all these things, right? So looking at the last year, in terms of growth and learning and experience, really hit hard. And then you're streaming and you're live for 14 plus hours, and you're kind of going loopy near the end. And everyone is just there to be really, really supportive of you. And it's just kind of, yeah, it just hits different on your birthday. So I don't think I'll ever have another normal birthday where I'll just kind of sit around, hang out, play some games, go to the gym, go out for a dinner maybe, and relax at night. It's always going to be something involving the community that surrounds me. And I think that's the best thing to do, because this is what I love to do on a daily basis. I think it was great. We got shouted out by GFUEL on their Twitter page. They came into the stream. They actually gifted some subs. So shout out to them. We've been partnered with them for a year and a while now, year and a half, I think, close to anyways, probably something like that. So it was super dope, and people loved it, and everyone was just having a really good time. I think the streaming world needs those fun moments. I think a lot of people look at streamers and it's just all chaos and drama. And the streaming world is full of it. And if you're not really part of it, you don't really see it. And I think that's the case for most things that have like drama and politics and all this kind of stuff. It's like, you know, that workplace is full of politics and all that between people. It's like you don't really know or see it unless you're part of it. And that's kind of what the streaming world is. So it was really nice to just not have any of that. Nothing bad happened. Everyone was having a good time. And I was definitely grateful and blessed for the entire experience, the entire stream yesterday. That being said, I'm very tired today. I'm much older. And, well, we need to recuperate. Now, a little bit of news. If you're listening to this, it is currently November 8th. And in 2 days, Modern Warfare 3 drops. Call of Duty coming out with their newest Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer game. Warzone is supposed to get their own update in December, I believe, along with Season 1 of Call of Duty for the new game, Modern Warfare 3. Everyone's very, very excited. This game just today started dropping some installation packs and some updates and all that kind of stuff, and it is absolutely huge. People are looking at 100 plus gigabyte updates. And it's I actually had to uninstall Modern Warfare 2 and the campaign for Modern Warfare 3 in order to fit the game or let Battle.net do its update. And it's very, very hilarious because we were talking about it in stream today, and I mentioned it's not like the old days where you just had a CD, a disc, and you put it in the machine, and you just go play off this. You play off the disc. It didn't even install into your console a long time ago. So I feel you if you're on console and you need 17 hard drives plugged in after each other, however it works, just to get Call of Duty to play on your console. But that being said, there's a lot of hype around this game. that's the biggest thing that's coming this week. So next week, we'll be talking about Modern Warfare 3, how it's playing, how it feels. The beta felt absolutely amazing. A lot of people say this game is a copy-paste from a few years back when we had Modern Warfare in 2019, even 2009, because they're bringing back some of the OG maps and all this kind of stuff. However, the gameplay is completely different than what it currently is in its current state, and I think everyone is really happy about that. I'm excited to see how these changes in movement and quality of life and all that transfer into something like Warzone when that comes out, but I'm very much so looking forward to being like a teenager this weekend and just gaming out in multiplayer, leveling up some guns, camo grinding, or whatever we want to do, and just playing with the community. I think it'll be a good time. So with that being said, I'm now 34 years old. We celebrated my birthday. This year coming, we are focused on physical health, mental health, and absolute happiness in every aspect of life, so we can give ourselves that all-around good picture. I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to say too much about Modern Warfare 3 and all that before we even play it. So I'm looking forward to it this coming weekend. And I hope you are as well. And we'll see you on the battlefield or in the war zone, because Battlefield is an actual game. So that kind of sounded wrong. But anyways, episode something coming at you. Thank you so much for listening and downloading the podcast. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. And we'll talk to you guys next time. Cheers.